Hi, Foster and Lynn. It is my great privilege and honor to at long last be able to present this project to you guys that has been worked on for so long. We started off in the beginning asking ourselves the question, how can we change the fabric of a community? How can we make the lives of those who have been trapped in cycles of poverty for generations? How can we change the lives of those who have been trapped in drug addiction and violence for generations? Well, we realized that the way to do it is one young person at a time.
Before this, I worked in juvenile corrections and juvenile justice. I'd gotten in there I'd worked there about 8 years at that point, and I started to feel like there had to be a better way to handle kids than what we were doing.
Going to a Christian camp, at first I didn't know what to expect because I didn't really grow up Christian. I didn't grow up going to a lot of churches. I didn't have a lot of Christians around me, and the Christians I did have around me were family members, and it's really tough because you see their true colors, and they weren't like very good Christians, I guess I would say.
The relationships that were built while I was a part of Fireproof and being like a little junior leader, I was just telling Rachel outside that I will probably never have those relationships ever again.
I remember a couple kids in particular that I ran into who, when I met them, they already knew me because I'd been one of their staff when they were in juvenile detention. And I remember coming in here to Desert Reach and to the Fireproof Youth Ministry and seeing transformations happen in their lives. And even see them now where they're getting a career path, they're making those kind of choices that's going to contribute to them being successful later in life and the success of their children, where their kids will have a leg up from where they started.
I remember the first time I went to camp, I was super nervous when I first went. A lot of people were inviting me and I was kind of like not really fully committed to going. It was my first time ever going to camp. I just barely started coming to church here and they invited me, so I was like, what the heck, why not?
Before I got there, didn't know what to expect because I had a lot of other stuff on my plate because we just got kicked out of my aunt's house. My dad got in an argument with my aunt and we just got kicked out. So I didn't know if I was gonna have a place to live when I got back from camp. So
everything that I thought I knew and everything that I thought I knew about myself was completely wrong, and I realized that I was a completely different person in the eyes of God, and I started to see myself the way God saw me rather than the way I thought I should have been seen by the world.
And of course we had some trial and error in the beginning with our mentoring program, but it finally broke through and we realized that the true way to change the fabric of this Maryvale community was by educating its population.
My first time going to camp with the Desert Reach program, we went to Colorado. It was a Young Life camp up there. And we took a bunch of kids. It was a huge bus full of people. And the one thing that stands out the most is our bus broke down halfway there. And we had like 40 kids on the side of a freeway playing games for about 3 hours, trying to keep them occupied, and it was so much fun. That was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had.
My first experience was the summer between sophomore year and junior year. I believe that was when we went to CIY. And that was the year that I got saved. I was baptized in the ocean.
I was never currently baptized, and so I was considering like, should I get baptized in the ocean or should I not get baptized in the ocean? I had a lot of great people who I met, who I was able to connect with, grow closer to. A lot of them were able to mentor me as I was in my transition period of coming outside of the world.
In the 7th grade, I got to go to my first camp ever that I've ever been to. And it was truly amazing. I got to meet Samson. You know, I get to hang out with him there at the camp, and I made some pretty amazing relationships with some youth leaders there. The kids were all the same; they're all just knucklehead kids, but it was my friendships with the leaders there that really stuck out to me.
All my other siblings were out of the house, and it was me and my dad. So growing up, I didn't have a lot. I didn't get to talk to him a lot. He worked a lot and came home and wanted to rest. So I didn't talk to him a lot. So being able to go into a Christian environment with people that I could open up with, and talk to things about was a big turning point, because I had a group of people around me that would allow me to express, my emotions and be like feel human, I guess, because I wasn't able to talk with my dad very well.
And then thinking about some of our kids that we had come through here, that I've seen them have their weddings, and I've seen them graduate from college, and hear them talking about things like, I'm going to work on my doctorate, I'm going to medical school. My goal is to work at X, Y job that I'm at, but my long-term goal is to affect the world through the power, the presence of Christ in my life in a positive way. But they're using their education, they're using the skill sets they've been given, and a lot of that started here.
Most of the kids that were in the cabin with me are still here today, doing things at the church, which is absolutely amazing.
In a community that holds a 4% college attendance rate of the few individuals that do graduate from high school, our Desert Reach program has been able to boast a 90 or above % college attendance rate.
I am 25 years old. I'm an administrative catalyst at Catalyst Church, and I'm the first person in my family to go to college.
I am 23 years old. I am the first person to ever attend and graduate from college. I graduated this past May with a degree in Family and Human Development from Arizona State University, and I'm currently working as an instructional aide doing reading interventions with K through 8th graders.
I am 22 and I am staff at United Christian Youth Camp. I am the second person in my family to go to college.
I'm currently 26 years old. At the time, I work at Swift Transportations, where I handle the shipping and receiving of brand new tires and brand new retread tires. I am the first for my family to attend college. I'm just going to college right now to get my general education out the way, and then think about what my career path is going to be. I got married about 13 months ago. My wife, when I met her, she was already done with school, and she is currently enrolled in her master's degree right now for early childhood development.
I am 27. I am currently an advisor at Grand Canyon University and working on my master's in counseling. I'm almost done. I have about a year and a half left. And I previously finished my bachelor's degree at ASU in 2009. I am the first person in my family to ever go to college.
So when I think about Desert Reach, I think of something that started in one direction, where I wanted to do one-on-one mentoring and put kids together with adults, and that was really our goal, to help them, give them a leg up. But it became so much more than that, where we beat the odds. We overcame what people thought kids from this area could be. And I can't help but think that they wouldn't have gotten to where they are without a program like this in place.
And so we brought these young people here so that you could see firsthand the impact that you have made on their lives.
Knowing that there's someone out there funding this program, it makes me feel special, because the person doesn't know me yet. Just funding this thing and just saving lives.
So without there being the extra finances that we had here, that I was able to tag along with camp, it was extremely grateful. I would for sure by far not be where I'm at today because of you.
The small effect that I make in life is because of the things that he's allowed me to do by what he has given to our ministry. And without that, I don't know, if the trajectory of my life would have been the same. So he definitely has had a pretty big impact on me.
If I had the opportunity to meet Foster Freeze, I'd tell him thank you. I know I've said thank you through letters in the past, but it'd be nice to just say thank you to him in person.
I don't think you can really understand the eternal impact that you've had in their lives and what it's meant to them. I just want you to know it wasn't a waste, it wasn't in vain. Basically, you're giving out of what you have changed the direction of a life in a way it wouldn't have otherwise. That's amazing. For anyone to be able to say that, if anybody can say that about one person in their life, that's success. But what do you say about 100 people or 200? That's amazing. you should feel good about that. And I know that I know at large, those of us who know you are grateful for that. So thank you.